Good evening. How are you doing? My name is Samuel Adelu, your host on Wisdom for Words Creation. Tonight I'm talking about a very interesting topic, which I titled "Eight Mentalities Stopping You from Creating Words." Yes, eight mentalities stopping you from creating words. Uh, your mind has a very important role in you creating words. And very so for you to create wealth, your mind has a very important role. So you cannot create wealth without your mind. Yes, you need your mind to create wealth. So hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, I think I'm loud enough. Okay, you need your mind. So your mind can be an asset or a liability if you want to create wealth. It depends how you use your mind. So your mentality can stop you from creating or can enhance your chance in creating what. So tonight I want to talk about eight mentalities that are stopping you or that can stop you that can stop you from creating wealth. So the first one I mentioned, I would say is consumers mentality. Yeah, if you have that mentality, the mindset of consuming without producing, it will limit your chance of creating wealth. Yes, uh, like in one of my books, you need an idea. I said that there are some nations we call producing nations. There are some nations we call consuming nations. The consuming nations are poor, why the producing nations are rich. Why? Because consumers will always part ways with their money. Can I repeat that? Consumers will always part ways with their money. So you cannot create wealth with a consumer's mentality that you always consume. You don't create, you don't save, you don't invest, you don't produce. You can't create wealth with that mentality. Even the Bible says, it said that a person who wastes or a person who consumes everything he has can't create wealth. That person is a fool. I don't want to be harsh. It's the Bible that says so. So you must, for you to create, you must have a producing mindset. Yes, a mindset that produce. When money comes into your hand and you are thinking of consuming, of wasting the money, of spending the money without thinking of how to multiply the money, without thinking of how to make the money go, to how to increase the money. That means that you have a consumer's mentality. So the reason why many people are very poor is because they have this mentality. Everything that comes into their hand, they consume it. Like Yoruba people say, they are using all their 10 fingers to eat. Yes, and when you use all your 10 fingers to eat, what it leads to poverty. So the second thing is entitlement mentality. Yes, entitlement mentality. This almost you always see this with the poor people. They have this entitlement mentality, thinking that everybody owes them. Yes, they think that one uncle that is rich in Lagos owes them. They think that one person who is in United States of America or a person who is in the UK or outside their country owes them. Nobody owes you. You have to take responsibility for your life. One of the traits that we always see with the poor people is that they don't take responsibility for their life. They have this entitlement mentality. So and you cannot create wealth with entitlement mentality. Yes, you are not entitled to anybody's money. Nobody owes you any money. Yes, if you don't take responsibility, you end up as a liability. So if you want to create wealth, you must do away with entitlement mentality. That's one of the problems Nigeria is facing now. Yes, everybody think that government owes them. I don't say you should hold government responsible. Yes, I don't say government should not be accountable or should not be responsible. Yes, government should be responsible, but thinking that the government owes you, you are just doing yourself. So you have to take responsibility for your wealth creation. Yes, you have to take responsibility. It's not the responsibility of anybody in your family for you to create wealth. It's your own personal responsibility. So I want to be fast. So the third one is nomadic mentality, which I tie to, or another name for it is unstable mentality. Yes, you consume without planting, just like the Fulani men. Yes, I'm just using that for an example. They move from one place to another. So anyone that has this nomadic mentality can create wealth. You move from one business to another Today, you know you as a person who's baking cake. Tomorrow now, you have opened a hairdressing salon. Next tomorrow, before he said that you are into perfume business. Before we close our eyes, he said that you are selling clothes. So a nomadic mentality is a mentality that's unstable, and anything that is unstable cannot excel. Yes, if you are moving from one business to another, from one business to one business every week, every day, you don't know which business you are doing. You are jack of all trades, master of none. So you are not an expert in any business. You are just doing it. Okay, it is crypto that is that's making money today. You start trader. I'm a crypto trader. After a while, it is forex. You go. I'm a forex trader. After a while, you have not mastered crypto. After 2 weeks, you move to forex. After another 1 week, you move to what again? Video editing. Can't create wealth with that. So no fixed business, no fixed address. You are moving from one location to another. You are moving from one business to another. You are moving from job to job, and now you have become a jobber. So you have no plan to hold anything. You have no plan to become a master at now. So everybody you see at the top of every industry, they are master at what they are doing. Yes, they are masters at what they are doing. So they are master at what they are doing. You cannot say a person who says is playing at the highest level without being a master at something he's doing. So you cannot become a master or an expert in an area that you just use like 2 weeks. You don't know what you are doing. If you cannot call you baby, you are a you are a barber or you are a fashion star, fashion designer, or you are a shoemaker. You are doing everything, and you can't present or offer excellent service or an exceptional service. You are the one that is doing photography, photographer. So that is very funny. Look for a niche. Be the best in that niche. So if you have this unstable mentality, this nomadic mentality, just like Fulani, you see Fulani now, they don't you see them in one if you see them in Osun State now, in the next 2 weeks or 2 days, they are in Oyo State. After some, you will see them in Ogun State, moving from one place to another. So can you do business with that kind of person? He has no fixed address, has no fixed business. You can't do business with that person. So let's move to the fourth one, which is victim mentality. Victim mentality. You have this mentality of negativity. Yes, focusing on every negative thing of life. Yeah, you are born poor. You are born in Ibadan. You are a female. Your parents are poor. All those negative stuff. Just playing this victim game. You can't create wealth with victim mentality. You have to have this mentality that okay, this is the reality. But what can I do? How can I move forward? Yes, you have to think, okay, how can I move forward from this? This is my reality. How can I turn it around? So you must know how to turn obstacles to opportunities. Yes, you must know how to turn obstacles to opportunities. So if we want to create wealth, you must not have this mentality, what victims mentality. The fifth one is ignorance mentality. Yes, not acquiring knowledge. Many people think they let me tell you something. You need knowledge to create wealth. Yes, don't let me cajole you. Anybody that say that you don't need knowledge, you don't need to give attention to knowledge, that person is just scamming you. Even though the holy book says my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. In Isaiah 5:13 or 5, yeah, I think it's 5:13, it says, my people have gone into captivity because they lack knowledge. So you can't create wealth without knowledge. Knowledge is the key, or is one of the vital keys in for you to create wealth. For you to create wealth, you need the knowledge, the key of knowledge. Very important. So if you have this ignorant mentality, so which business do you want to do? You don't have the knowledge of real estate. You don't have the knowledge of cryptocurrency. You don't have the knowledge of stock market. You don't have the knowledge of what any business you want to, or any area, any sector you want to focus on. How do you want to become how do you want to become the master in that area? No. So the sixth thing I wrote here on Saturday, which was which was the day this program ought to hold. I was meditating that evening that okay on what I will say. So this idea just came up to my mind. I call it cap mentality. This mentality is very common among the Africans. Yes, this cap mentality. When you see someone who is doing better than you try to draw them down, you put them down. There's an analogy about cap that if you put one cap in a pocket, you need a lead. You need like a cover to cover it because the cap will jump out. It has a tendency to jump out. But if you put like five of them, you don't need a cover. You don't need cover. Why? Because they will be pulling themselves. If one car want to escape, the others will pull it down. So that's what you cannot create wealth with that kind of mentality. Trying to push people down, trying to bite about people, trying to gossip about people, they saying negative things about people. You can't create wealth with that. That's one of the major reasons why many African countries or many African communities and people cannot create wealth. When they see a young person doing great now, they say, is into fraudulent activity, is into, he has done ritualist, sorry, he's a ritualist. Who told you? Is it everybody that you see that's money that is a ritualist? No, they will just be doing things that will put that person down. So if you have this crap mentality that when you see someone that is doing better, instead of you to celebrate for that person, you are doing things to put that person down, to make that person to make that person to remain a mess with you. Instead of encouraging that person, then encouraging, celebrating, or asking, okay, well, please, can you educate me? How are you doing it? You're not doing that. Hope you can hear me. Okay. Uh, another okay. So don't scrape this mentality of calm mentality. Yes, scrape it. Uh, the early this morning too. This seventh one I'm about to talk about is I saved that one too when early this morning. So it is survival mentality. Yes, you can't cope with survival mentality. That you're always thinking of now. You don't think of the future. Your thinkings are but it's immediate. You can't sacrifice anything. You are thinking of survival. You are not thinking of impact. You are not thinking of how to help people. Just like I did not know that the Open Heaven, yes, that's the devotional book I used, written by Pastor Iya Adeboye. That that topic will go in that line. That if you think about yourself that you want to feed yourself, you can go hungry. But when you think of others that you'll be feeding others, you cannot go hungry. If you think of buying cars for people, yes, you cannot. You always drive a car. If you think of building houses for people, you cannot. You cannot lack a house. So you have to think of impact. You have to think of influencing people, of influencing systems. Don't think of survival. Only you thinking you cannot sacrifice. You cannot do a lot of things. Always thinking of now. Now, if 100,000 comes to your hand now, you spend it now. Everything you are just doing everything with survival mentality. You can't create what with that mentality. And the last point I said that I don't know why I was just the last 3 points I said just came one on Saturday, one came early this morning. The one I was sitting this morning, I was sitting my breakfast. Yeah, it's scarcity mentality. Yes, when you have this mentality, you can't create with scarcity mentality. You don't have this abundance mentality. You think that money is scarce, opportunities are scarce. You think that you have to struggle for you to create wealth. You don't see the potential of things. Yes, when you have scarcity mentality, you don't see the potential of things. You don't see the potential of things. That's why many people can create wealth because uh, they have this scarcity mentality. You have to have abundance mentality. You have to have impact mentality, mentality of impact, of making impact in people's life, in people's life. You have to be stable. Yeah. So you have to be a producer. You have to think, okay, what can I produce? Yes, money always come to producers, and consumer will always part ways with their money. if you don't take anything from this one, make sure you let this one sink, that consumer will always part ways with his money. A consumer will always part ways with his money. So if you want to create wealth, you must have a producing mentality. You must do away with entitlement mentality. You must take responsibility for your wealth, for your future, for your financial stability. You must have stable mentality that okay, this is the business I want to do. I want to focus on this business. I want to focus on this area. So you don't know it for anything. You are known for everything. Can you create wealth in that way? So thank you for your time. On Saturday, I'm talking about a very interesting topic, which is Joseph strategy. I am very sure you don't want to miss it. So make sure you share this video with your loved ones, with everybody. Thank you so much for always taking your time to watch this. I love you.